All right. How you guys doing? We are live for our Sunday therapy session. What's our disclaimer? We're not real therapists. We don't advise you anything, and we don't charge. We just ask that you pay attention. And
We're
that's
just
it.
all addicted.
That's all. It's a chat for all of us plastic addicts. Oh, I need this back.
Nope, that one's mine. This one's yours. That one's mine.
Okay, well, don't take my property, damn it.
Mine.
Get
All right.
the chat back to where I can see it.
Yep.
So
There you go. That's back on. We are also live again on Podbean as well for anyone who wants to join in on that. So that's always a plus.
Yep. So there you go, you guys. I mean, for us, let's see here. Oh, I can't if I overlay it. All right. All right. So here we go. Starting off. 1. Drinking out of my new cup. This is a cool little cup. You can get one if you click the top left of your screen, or, well, I guess whichever side it's on for you. It says grab your coffee.
Oh,
Check it out. See what you think. We're actually drinking the Cowboy Blend. So,
yep.
I will say this enamel cup's a little warm, though.
Well, it's enamel. It's basically it's straight like metal. It's like, what are you doing to me?
It's like your camping cups, but just friggin' nicer. Hey, Charles, you just got up from a nap?
Hey, perfect timing.
Yeah, we didn't get a nap, so yippee-yay. But I'm trying to get all the stuff that we have to do on a Sunday done. And we posted up a little video about our 3D printer, which I think you saw, Charles. We got that hella good deal, man. It just really couldn't beat the price. And actually, the wash and cure station came the next day. So it's kind of sitting back there in the background. You can see it behind Ashley. So far, let's see here. Turn your light on.
Yep, 1 second.
Got to get some better lighting in here. But
No.
You can see that Ashley's been busy with her printing, as you can see, or trying to. Looks like you printed a Stug that kind of ended up being a fastback.
It warped.
Yeah. It's like a fastback version, man.
No. Yeah. So we're going to try to cartoon it. Build a walker.
There's the legs.
The legs, the body, the head's right here. There's the other 3 legs. I got a dinosaur. Rawr. I had to. I like little dinosaurs. A German Shepherd for our son's girlfriend. A penguin for our son. A squirrel. Some Barbogrants that I found that actually were the right ones. So
yeah, go figure. She printed up more Tyranids. Hey, Mythos, how are you, sir?
Cool. I was gonna message Mythos. Mythos, I need some prints for Greg.
Well, we used to have the filament printer, and Keegan's currently running that one. So this deal, Mythos, I couldn't pass up. I actually got a bonus that literally just covered the cost of that. And it was like $288. It was the printer, the wash and cure station, 2 bottles of resin, and 2 of the air cleaners with the charcoal filter. It sits inside. So it's
So I've been kind of screwing around. Mythos or whoever has a resin printer, if you can, let me know how to scale things correctly, because I'm having nothing but problems with scaling.
Well, it doesn't seem to be. I mean, there's like charts and stuff, but there doesn't seem to be a way to tell you how to scale something. For instance, there's almost no 15 millimeter stuff that's usable. And when you get one, how do you scale the people to fit that 50? Like your infantry, that kind of thing. So we got to figure that out, because we're used to a filament printer, and
that's you pretty much scale that down correctly.
Yeah. And thanks, Mythos. Like I said, the bonus I got from work was right about $300. This was $288. So it was pretty cool. We got it.
We are using Anycubic Photon Workshop, which is their actual.
It's like Cura.
Yeah, basically, but it's through them, and it works with this printer. So it's set up for the size of the printer. So I don't have a problem printing in pieces. It's just I'm having a problem with warping right now. So Keegan told me it's like bigger pieces. I have to basically go and tilt them. So the water basically goes through it and stuff like that.
I think they're pretty much from what I've seen. And I'm not an expert because before I bought one, before Keegan got one, I was showing him on Cura what we were doing. And it's like, well, they're pretty much all the same. It's just there's got to be a way to take a 15 millimeter figure, a 28 millimeter figure, and make it 15. And if you scale something down, then how do you scale infantry down?
I don't know if that can be seen, but basically that's what I'm using.
Dude, it's like Cura.
But it basically shows me how big my print area is.
So yeah, if you got a stuff like I need
he needs tanks and dreadnoughts.
Yeah, something like that.
Or bikes and things like that.
Well, I don't care about trying to do the bikes. I have 3 of them. And I don't know how well those would come out. But I noticed that if you do anything too big, it gets full, and so it's gonna warp a bit. But I think you split the difference between a resin printer and a 3D printer, you'd be okay.
On certain things. I don't think I'm going to be able to do very many, quote, buildings is what I'm having a problem with. Because we've been wanting to do like a little 6 millimeter scale stuff. And I found a couple files that are 6 millimeter. So I've taken those sizes and try to do it with other pieces, and it does not come out correctly. So I don't know how to scale each, I guess, whatever I'm doing.
Properly. That's the thing. So we'll figure it out at some point.
It's just, I guess, a hit or miss.
Well, a lot of it they do on AutoCAD and stuff, so you need to be able to design your own.
I'm wondering if I have to maybe put it into AutoCAD, size it down, and then resave it. Hey, and there's Brian from World War II. I can't see anything that they're...
That's only because of that, Ashley.
Yeah.
You're okay. You don't.
Yes, Brian, I'm trying to print, but I'm having problems with scaling right now. And warping.
Well, it's because with the resin printer, obviously, it makes a piece like your body. That's just solid resin.
I'd say it's straight solid and it busted. So I don't know what happened with that. Weight. And then this one warped where it made a bubble. So I have to take a file or sandpaper and just basically try to sandpaper it flat.
You're gonna have to get a flat file and do that. Sandpaper take you forever, but what the heck is all that?
Mythos.
Oh, nice. So that's what we're doing there, Brian from Weird World War II. Is we're used to the filament printer, and we've had that over at Keegan's for quite some time. So I thought, well,
I found it.
Oh, the dog, yeah. You could show him what you're talking about.
So my first print, like I said, I made a dog for our son's girlfriend. And the first one I tried making big, ended up busting the tail off and a foot, but it like completely warped
Slow
its
your
back.
head down. Yeah.
So when I showed
it to
her, she's like, it's got scoliosis. Because it literally looks like it's got scoliosis. The spine's all kind of screwed, the neck's all messed up, and then if you flip it over, half the jaw's way over here.
Yeah, his neck's all swollen out. So I think and it's just my opinion. Like, I'm not a professional, but it's almost like if you're going to use too much solid, it's too heavy.
To save resin.
You can downsize it by size, by percentage, he says, or plug in the file size. But the problem is, let's say, yes. Well, no, ours is.
Oh, what is ours?
What is it? It came with 2 bottles of resin, and you use alcohol in the washing station. You don't gotta open it.
Yes, I do.
Where's the other one? You didn't use the whole one already, did you, Ashley? You should not have been using a whole bottle already. At this rate, you're gonna
UV wavelength 405. So that's just what it came with. So
no, I don't think it's water. I don't know.
I don't know if this is water based.
It seems to be pretty pliable, but the problem is when you go online and download a file.
Well, this is
Brian,
meant for the Photon.
Yeah, it's meant for that printer. But so what we want to do is like, okay, I want to get to where I can print.
Ooh, maybe that's why it's not sticking correctly. I'm supposed to shake this stuff.
I want to do that. Might be it.
That might be it.
So you got 15 millimeter guys, right?
Oops.
So how do you make them this size? Because obviously these aren't 15 millimeter. They're too small, but they're scaled to a 15 millimeter environment. So that's
and it's too brittle, which makes no sense either.
So with my train of thought there, Ashley.
Sorry. Well, I'm answering.
I know. That's what I want to find out there, Brian, is if I get a model and it says 28 millimeter, I need to get it scaled down to 15. Well, how do you do that? I mean, if you scale it to 15 at one point, like what is it, y-axis or one of them, then it doesn't,
Z, I believe, is up or down.
Yeah, but we got to find out how to size them. That's the problem. So I'm not a stranger to STL files because I've done enough filament printing. But on this liquid resin, this is
It's
what
new.
Yeah, we've been talking about. It's funny because we've been talking about it for a long time, and everybody's in the meantime got one. So we're kind of last to get on.
Yeah, Z's up and down.
So the Z is up and down height wise. But if you try to set it, I mean, what is a 15 millimeter infantry model? Actually, it's not really 15 millimeter. It's scaled to that environment. But what is that size? Is it?
It's probably an 8.
Is it 8 millimeter maybe? I don't know if it'll let you put a link in there.
He can send it to one of us.
Can you send it to our messenger?
Either mine
Brian?
or Greg's.
Yeah, because otherwise I don't think it'll let you put it in there.
He could try, but
You could try. Okay, Mito says you adjust the percentage on the side to scale it up and down. It's easier if you have something to compare the size. The old trial and error, yeah.
what the hell are these? No, I'm not printing these for Greg. Those things look dangerous. I don't know. He's just showing me. Yeah, basically it's kind of what ours looks like for scaling too.
So it's just going to be a little bit of a back and forth because I wanted to print some 15 millimeter Western, Old West, like, 1800s, like a saloon, an old church, old hotel, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what we need there, Brian, from Weird World War II, is you said you got a file you use as a scale to when you resize. That's what we're trying to figure out, because you can't hardly find much Old West stuff. And when you do, it's oddball,
it's massive.
big stuff. and I want it to be scaled to the 15 millimeter environment that I got these.
I'd rather it be in inches. I'm not doing the millimeters. That sucks.
Yeah. So that seems to be our quote sticking point.
Because you can type in 15 millimeter, and basically I have it auto sets. So it'll automatically set the Y and the X to whatever you make the Z. Which is a nice thing. But it does not make them into 15 millimeter. I tried that and it kind of like completely warped stuff.
Well, it's because they're making the figure 15 millimeter. That's what I've been talking about. And it's a 15 millimeter environment. So the person is not going to be 15 millimeter size. They're going to be scaled to that environment. That's what I'm talking about. She's on a different thought, I think.
No, that's with any of it. So if I want a 15 millimeter, say tower, which is what that's supposed to be.
That's 6 millimeter.
Yeah, there's no way that's 15 millimeter. So let's see what it comes.
So yeah, so if you got some files there, Mythos, that like for a Redemptor, Dreadnought, or just a tank that you think will work, let me know. Although I believe the tank would take a ton of resonance since it's going to be a solid object, and I'm kind of worried about how it would print without warping.
I'll say he's done some.
The printer does a really good job, but the filament printers, I think if the nozzles were better and they could do it finer, some of the guys could do really good prints. I think a lot of terrain's better on that, just from what I've seen. But
that's just a post. Where did I put it?
What are you looking for, Ashley?
That little building. Where did I put it? Is it in this one?
So that's kind of what we're currently. Oh, here you can.
There it is. Okay, so this needs to go bye-bye. This.
There you go, Brian.
So yeah, that's supposed to be 15 millimeter. So it says 26 millimeter up and down.
Well,
which is not going to be 15 millimeter.
No. Hold on a second, Ash.
Hey guys.
What's up, Brian?
What's up, guys?
Nothing.
Okay, so this is what I do. So I found like a 28, like on wherever you're going. I go to Colts. Colts has tons of.
Yeah, that's where I get a lot of my stuff.
Go to
Colts
like
and Thingiverse.
Yeah, Thingiverse. I wouldn't. Thingiverse isn't as good because a lot of the files are just kind of really basic and whatnot. I think in my experience, in my limited experience of this is all new to me too, guys. I've been doing this for a couple months and that's friggin' awesome. But Colts is probably the best. But what I do is I found a file of a 28 mil that's standing erect. They're just standing completely erect. Okay.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I download that and I'll put that on whatever program that you're using, right, for your build plate. Just actually put that file onto the build plate, right, and then whatever you want to build to 28, stick it right there, and then just size it up and down from comparable to that mini.
That's smart.
Now, same thing with 15. Try to find a 15 millimeter soldier or tank or something that doesn't have a lot of verticals. It's just kind of base, and then just again put it on the build plate and then stick whatever you want next to it and downsize or upsize it from that.
Huh.
I was just.
I'll have to try that. That might be a lot. I mean, I didn't think about it that way because I'm just going off of what they're saying it is.
Now, I don't know what I use. The program that I use for my build for the build plate is called Chitubox. CHITUBOX. and it's great. It's like really dummy, you know.
Well,
but
this is,
techno
I mean,
savvy.
it's literally pretty much dummy proof.
Yeah, our problem was like, so in the world of like, say, I don't know, Battlefront and all these other companies. So they already know at scale the infantry is compared to the tanks, compared
Yeah.
to the buildings on a 15 millimeter scale, which is going to go from here to here. But I don't. That's what I don't know.
You are never okay. So it's just being in the business. I was in the miniatures business for a while. There's something called scale creep. Every company has their own version of 28 millimeter size.
Yeah,
So what
so
you
I've
want to
noticed
do?
everything's just off just a hair.
Yeah, it's all. So what you want to do is find something that you like the size of, and then compare everything you print against it.
To that, okay.
And that'll help you with that, because so like a lot of these files aren't necessarily like a lot of these files are like kind of like image files or object files, not so much STLs, and you can print them, but the proportions aren't like wargaming proportions. They're more like realistic proportions. So like when you downsize them to a 28 millimeter, they'll have the same height, but they won't be the same bulk. They'll be thinner because it's almost like a true like a model scale, not a like a gaming scale. So they're not like a weapons are like beefy and big, just so you can they look better on the mini. But like when you downsize them, those things are going to shrink in like proportion, maybe not size, but proportion they will. So they look a little bit different, but they still work.
I'll say the ones that Keegan have printed me, because he just got a new printer, those all look exactly like, the actual GW stuff. The ones I just printed, which I end up somehow miscounting, so I have to print one more, are all correct. So that's the only good thing so far.
Now, are you printing one thing on the build plate at a time? Or
No, I'm trying
to
fill the whole thing so I don't waste.
Now, it's better to go vertical on your things than horizontal. So like if you have something that's, it's better to do it. It takes longer because the longer the height is, the longer it takes, but it's usually better.
That's what happened with my one print, which that's the.
So this is the body to a walker.
I've always wanted an AT-AT walker, and it like bubbled.
It bubbled.
Yeah.
Like it's
so are you not using supports? You're not.
I am.
Oh, you are. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it still bubbled. So that's why Keegan said I should have tilted it a little bit.
You can tilt them. I guess it helps.
Yeah.
It gives it more supports because it's tilted. Just move it, like instead of being flat, just move it up a little bit and see how that works.
He said it's like water distribution, basically.
And then like on those solid pieces on your program, you should be able to put you could hollow them out. Like if
there's not anything in my program unless I have to probably put it into something else and then redo a program.
Well, it's like that Shinto box I was telling you about. It's you push a button and it does it for you. And all you want to make sure is you want a 3 millimeter wall. It'll ask you what thickness of the interior wall of you want. 3 millimeters.
I can hollow it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You should
that'll save you resin, and that'll be really good. Guys, I'm just learning this from doing it.
No, we appreciate it. You've done it longer than we have. Just like I was asking Keegan, come over and help me. I know it's a different program that he's used to, but it should be similar to pretty much whoever.
It looks just like Cora. It literally looks like the.
And so the STLs, the object files are going to be different. So. From my experience, a lot of object files won't print right. It's just the file itself. There's some sort of breakdown. But what you got to do is you got to resave it through. It was a Windows 3D viewer or something like that. You save it as through that as an STL, and then it works a lot better.
Huh. But we'll have to try that out too, because
my expert is a nerd's nerd. She does a whole bunch of like 3D. She's a Weird War guy or girl, and she does all these vehicles and stuff. And she's been doing this printing stuff like forever. So if I have any questions, I usually go to her, and she's really helped me out a lot.
Well, that's cool. That's kind of what we're just trying to figure out. What's what her little Tyranid stuff.
Are you serious? It's not going to
Printed out just fine, but certain
And
things,
sometimes,
like, let me see the tank.
And sometimes, guys, the files are just, sometimes the files aren't very good. Yeah.
Like this one, this is a Stug, right?
Yeah.
Looks nice everywhere except it looks like it's a fastback.
Oh yeah, it
Look at that.
finish printing.
It's like you're like you're gonna take it, and go, you know. And of course, if that was the fast version of the German Stug, right? And I looked at that, I'm like, what happened to the back?
Just paint it red. Paint it red and make it an orc vehicle.
Make it an orc vehicle. There we go. Who knows what goes through the warp? Otherwise, the rest of it was dead on, very clean and crisp. But I just trying to figure out, like, well,
did you level your plate?
Yes.
All that you did.
Even leveled the table. We made sure our table was level.
Yeah, you don't really need. I mean, you don't need that, but I mean, it's beneficial. But did you also do? Did you take the film off the FAP? I mean, there may be a film like
we already did.
Oh, you did?
On
okay.
On the tray or the build plate, yes.
The tank, yeah, and all that. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like, Greg's like, are we supposed to leave that on there? I'm like, I don't know. So I started reading, take it off. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, take it off. Because it won't print right if that's on there. I'm
not. I'm trying to
be sure to check. So are you only use metal on your build plate itself, but try to find like a plastic putty knife.
It came with one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you want to use that inside the tank. And sometimes inside the tank it'll
on our build plate
solids. Too. Yeah, use that in the tank real soft.
Yep.
And if you find stuff that can't get out, just pour out the tank, put alcohol in there, and then just work it in whatever stuck, and then this'll.
We have on there, it's a built-in where it says to basically like, here's a small little sheet. You just kind of roll it around and just keep curing until you just kind of slide that off.
No, you empty the tank.
Though. Well, you empty most of it, but you can cure it, and it'll basically dry up the rest of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't cure it inside your tank.
Yeah, that's what it said to do. But I got mostly all of it comes out, but a very fine film, and then that just peels out. I don't know. That's how this thing says to do it. So I'm like, okay, because like I said, we're new to the resin printing. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting because like all these little 6mm tanks, I got, those little metal ones. I wanted to just get some more. Yeah, and one time I ordered some Russian T-64 BBs with the armor, and I got 2 of them for $2.50 that were 6mm. And they came out beautiful. I got them off eBay. I just wanted to see it, and that was one of the things I thought, well, if you can get quality like this and do it at home, then you don't need to be ordering stuff. But shit, the 6mm ones we've been printing out,
they're the right size. It's just the tracks keep breaking.
The tracks break on them.
So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Am I not washing it enough? Am I not, or to make
you're not soaking it, are you?
No.
Okay, yeah, because you're printing so small and some of those tracks might be so thin, you don't want to soak it in alcohol. You just want to I have the thing suspended above whatever, and I'm just using a brush and dipping, using a brush, dipping, using a brush.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have to do them separately because it tells me basically when it comes off the plate or when it's done printing, take the whole thing off and put it into the wash.
Oh, do you have a wash?
Yeah, we got a wash and cure.
Did it come in?
Yeah.
Finally.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I came in actually the next day. We walked out to leave, and I'm like, well, because we just messaged them saying we didn't receive this.
Yeah.
And then there it is. That's
walked out, and there it is.
That's what I want for Christmas. I want a wash station.
So this is actually really cool because you put the alcohol in there, comes with a basket. You set your build plate in there, and when you just turn it on, it'll swirl it around. It cleans all of it, and you just take it out. There's nothing left for you to do except let it dry or put it back.
I mean, you
And
gotta
then-
take off the screws, the supports.
Nope.
The
No.
supports come off.
You just unscrew the top, the whole thing comes out. You set it in a basket, it washes the whole damn thing.
Yeah, but I mean, but when it's dry, you gotta take the supports off the model
Yeah,
itself, right?
the print. Yeah,
Yeah.
Prints.
the print supports.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
they're like
I'm just saying,
screws.
it all goes in there, so that's
Yeah.
cool. And then tell me that flexible thing, the light right there.
Oh,
So this thing, because you got your lights in the cure part of it, they come with the flexible plug-in lights. So
for
it
hard
plugs
to
in.
reach.
You can bend it
Oh,
all
okay.
around wherever, so you can actually add direct light to cure stuff.
That's cool.
So
gotta
I
figure out
thought,
which
well,
body part.
they did this huge bundle, and I'm like, I'm never going to be able to afford one out of our paycheck because we just live paycheck to paycheck.
No,
and I'm
I
like,
hear you,
okay. So I got a $300 bonus. I had to come up with $7 because this was $288. So it was $307, and it came with the wash and cure, the 2 bottles of resin, and the printer, and the air filters.
Yeah, so from what I've watched on the internet, those air filters ain't worth a shit. But again,
actually, it does. It does help with the smell.
does
I'll
it?
tell you,
Okay,
see-
because
See, I'll show you, Brian. It came with 2 of them. Sure. And it just looks like this.
It's
yeah,
got
I
a
saw them
charcoal.
on your video.
Yeah. So
So like in my
charcoal
room,
filter.
yeah, in my room, I have a window right in front of my hobby table here, and I put a box fan in it, and I just run it. And I have a gas mask too, and the only reason I have that is because when I'm washing it, the alcohol fumes are pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
that
powerful.
too.
This just sets inside in the corner of the printer, and it just pulls the air
That's
through,
cool.
and then all you do is replace the charcoal filters.
It does actually help.
Does it? Well, yeah, if it helps,
It's a
it
big
helps.
difference.
That's good.
Well,
Yeah.
with wintertime, we got our windows all taped off, right?
Yeah,
Plastic
closed up.
tape because you don't want to lose the heat.
Yeah.
So the drawback is you also don't want to be like, woo.
Don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want that.
But
Yeah, I would suggest air out your room like once
It's
every
even
couple
finished
days.
printing correctly.
huh?
I'm missing the whole top.
Oh yeah. You're gonna have to turn it.
I'm gonna have to reprint both of those pieces then.
Well, you have to reprint that one maybe. But not right now. Actually, I want to get my Western stuff done.
Yeah,
You've
I know.
gone crazy. I didn't even realize she used the whole bottle. I'm not.
Well, the 2 sections I had to go and remove because some of them dropped in. It like completely disconnected from the build plate and just fell right in.
This stuff is supposed to be the best from the people I talked to. This Sunlu ABS like.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, we
on
can use
Amazon, this
other-
is 2 liter. This is 2 liters. Okay. For this is like 30. It's less than $40. I think it's like $35 or something like that.
Yeah, because
For
that's
2
1
liters?
kilogram.
Yeah, this is so. It's pretty good. And then it doesn't smell too bad. You can smell a little bit, but it doesn't smell too bad. But you do need to use 95% or better or higher alcohol to work
That's
with it.
what it said. Well,
Turn it. You're gonna have to turn it from whatever he said.
rotate it.
Yeah, same thing. Stand it up.
Stand it
I'm trying to think what else.
at an angle.
Now, when you dispose of your like alcohol and resin pollute, what you don't want to put that down your drain because that
No.
resin will
We use a kind of cup and we just kind of dump it in there and then we'll throw it away.
Yeah, so what I do is so like I put my stuff in like an old bottle, and then when this gets full, I have another like container. I pour it all out and I just put it out in the sun for like the day. And what'll happen is all the resin will harden, and then you just chip it out and throw it away. If you get if it's in liquid form, if you get it on something, it stinks, man, bad. So
Ugh,
or you can just put it in a bottle like this and then just throw it away when it gets full if you want to do that
that's
too.
an idea to do.
That's something I didn't know. I was starting to build all this waste. I'm like, shit, how do I get rid of this shit?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Just doing maintenance, I wouldn't put it down
No,
a
No.
drain or anything. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting once we get it to where we know what we're doing with it all.
And
the
you
way.
know, YouTube is your friend. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of like videos that are particular to your brand and model. So don't be afraid to watch some of those and reach out to the guys that are making those videos. 'Cause it's my experience that most of the people that are doing this 3D printing are fucking awesome. They're real nice. They're approachable. They're willing to help and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
that is the most definite we're gonna have to do to ask questions. Like I told her, even some of these, where you go to download, it says you can message the creator of the file.
Yeah.
You know, so it'd be worthwhile to say, hey, what can I do to make your prints out? And I'm half tempted to just message some and say, hey, can you
resize these for us?
I would give you some money to resize it if I can. I don't care about reselling it. I just want to.
Well, send me your files that you're having problems with, and I'll try to resize them for you. Or well, I don't know if I could send them back to you at a certain. I can put them on a build plate and send the build plate file to you. What size build plate do you have?
What size is that?
I
No.
have no idea.
It's fairly decent. I'll have to look in the book and see exactly what it is, but I'm not sure exactly what the size is. I know that Keegan, he just bought another printer.
Oh, okay.
He has one resident printer. I think he bought a Saturn II.
Okay.
His build plate is slightly smaller.
Oh, it's smaller than yours? Wow.
Yeah.
You got a big one then.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mine's probably smaller than the Saturn.
It doesn't say.
I have a Mars.
I'm looking at it. It doesn't give you the size or the dimension. Take it out of the.
You didn't set anything to make it print fast or anything, did you?
Nope.
Okay.
Faster printing on PLA stuff ends up worse.
Yeah. Again, try to make them vertical if you can. Are you doing them flat?
Pretty big.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good size. Yeah.
I mean,
nice.
Yeah. And so
Keegan's about half that size.
Keegan's is a little smaller, on the inside. But exactly what the size is, I don't know.
Send me if you want. You can send me those files. Not sure we have the same build plate size, but yours is definitely bigger, so it'd still work on.
That's smaller than that.
If you compare it to the cards for Warhammer, it's barely smaller.
Oh, I don't have any of those.
Pretty big size build plate.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But
I can pretty much print anything I want, other than like big vehicles, like like the Maz tank or railroad cars, shit like that. Buses are too big, but
I was just looking to see mostly to make the armies and smaller stuff is what I wanted to print, like the smaller terrain. Because
talking about Colts, if you go to Colts, all the GW stuff is there for free or very little money. So if you're like, I've collected a Sisters of Army battle, a Slaanesh army. These are just files. A Slaanesh army, Sister of Battle army. I've seen all of the Imperial Guard stuff. Yeah, I can shoot you those. Just tell me what you're looking for.
Like a Redemptor, like a Dreadnought, a Redemptor Dreadnought, or something like that.
There's Titans. I mean, full-blown 28 mil Titans for free. Free.
Oh, wow.
Free. You just get the files and you just print them out. That's it.
Yeah, I just want something like that, or one of the tanks, but it would have to be hollow, because a tank, if you didn't hollow it out, it's going to take a ton of resin.
Yeah, but I mean, most of them come in pieces, like a model kit, but they're not as much as a model kit. They're probably like 5-6 pieces. Like these are those Dust Walkers. That was I think that was like 3 or 4 pieces.
Yeah, that's pretty nice though.
Yeah. But then
when you hollow things, do you put any supports inside?
No. If it's a huge thing, it might need supports inside.
It's not that big.
I don't think that would need supports. I mean, you can just just put some vertical support or horizontal supports in there, and that should be fine.
It looks like
Just
their
keep it-
star. It says
Oh, yeah,
BCC
whatever.
or FCC.
Oh shit, I don't even know. Trial and error on that.
I don't know what FCC is.
It looks like more.
Try that one.
It doesn't show me.
No. Try the other one next to it.
Yeah, since I've had my printer, it has been, man, it hasn't stopped.
Show me.
Going nonstop for 2 months.
Watch a video before you do it. Actually, yeah, it's just. Well, I appreciate you hopping on and letting me know because it's just.
Yeah, I mean,
and Frost
again,
and
it's like,
Fist,
I mean,
Mythos, I'm sorry, I said thanks, Brian.
Oh yeah, no problem, dude.
Hello, Facebook. Thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and if I don't know them, I can relay it. Or hell, just if you go on YouTube, she has a channel, A Nerd's Nerd. Just reach out to her. She's on Facebook. She's on YouTube. She's on Cults. She has a massive Cults account. It's huge, and it's all free. Everything's free. She's awesome. But yeah, she's really accessible. Yeah, she's real accessible. And if you had any questions, she'd be happy to talk to you about it. She actually designs stuff too. She like makes things.
That's what I want to do. I want to design stuff. I want to do it, but I'm not sure. A lot of people
she
tell me
uses.
CAD
What is she? She uses like Splicer and some a Microsoft program she found is really easy to use, and she does some awesome shit. But yeah, reach out to her if if I'll shoot a message to her on her Discord and say that you guys just bought a printer, and if she's interested to jump on your your site or whatever, and just parlay with you.
Welcome to. It's pretty much open.
But yeah, so like, don't get the water soluble stuff because that's the first thing I got. It's real brittle, like it dries.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed with this stuff. It's just straight brittle.
Well, we could try a different resin when we're done with it. It came with 2 bottles, so
yeah. And hell, I've even heard some of these, the big professional guys, they do a mix of resins. They we'll do a percentage of this company's resin with this one and this model and mix it all together type of shit. So, I mean, later down the road, you might, have a mixture that you want to do or something.
They know what they're doing, though, too. Yeah. They've had the time if they've got the time to do that much that they can figure formulas out,
yeah,
that's something I'll never have time to do. Yeah. So I don't know. Well, next when this resin runs out, we'll have to try something else. But I thought, I'd like to just maybe see what it would come out. I noticed like on Keegan's, he was trying to print for Necromunda a transporter, and the pieces all look square when you put them together. The thing kind of caterpillars up, and I'm looking at it close. I told him yesterday, I said, well, the pieces that go into the holes, they're kind of tipped up. So when you put it together, it kind of bows up.
Kind of bends, bows.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to cut those and file those pieces so when they go together, it'll be straight. So I guess you're just gonna have to learn what we'll have to learn what's what on this.
Like depending on what it is, if it's like a thin piece, you can always warm it up and reshape it. The classic resin, to go to methods because resin, nothing's this resin stuff's nothing new. It's I mean the 3D printing is, but I mean people have been using resin for a long time in the modeling field, and sometimes you'll have those thin pieces that warp, and you just warm them up, and you kind of reshape them and hold. Yeah, so that's I've never had good luck with that, but I know people that do that all the time without any problem.
Well, I know when it tells you what your cost is, once you plug in the cost of your resin and you see how cheap the pieces are.
Oh, yeah.
You can get quite a bit. Like this dude came out good, except it ended up being a fastback. So maybe this should just been made hollow as opposed to solid. And it may not have done that. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think it started peeling from the thing. So I'm wondering if it's not getting too heavy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Plus, there's no supports on the back of this, but it was all underneath.
Yeah.
Because you built it this way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try them vertical this time. Put them on their ass, sticking up. See if that helps with the printing instead of having them on their tracks.
Yeah.
That might. It's all trial and error because I got a box full of miscasts that I just accumulate, and I'll use some sort of make an abomination out of it, or use them as like dead bodies or something, or whatever.
Yeah, you could do something with them. On like her dog, there's not much you can do. The whole body just shifted and warped, and the neck shifted and warped, but the prints are nice. I mean, the detail on the prints are amazing. But
I put some tentacles on that
that's a good
dog
idea
and
to
call it a thing.
do what?
Put some tentacles on that dog and call it the thing.
Call it the thing, yeah. You could make it into something, but I appreciate the suggestion on making a hollow because that would it's going to save resin. And
Yeah.
maybe
So yeah, Mythos said. I mean, you're not. Are you putting your own supports on?
No.
Okay. It's doing
it
it for you
automatically.
Okay.
When you tell it to add supports, it analyzes it, takes a second or so, and then it adds supports where it thinks it needs it.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I think we should do it first because we don't.
The program will do it by itself.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes it's like almost too much.
Yeah, I mean, like I've in my experience in this program, it likes to put supports on like the mini's face, and sometimes when you go to like, there's like it's a sprue like on their face, their eyeball, so it's like it's hard to get it without damaging the sculpt of the face. So I usually, if I look at my print, or look at the build plate and make sure there aren't any supports that are touching the face.
Yeah. Let's see. Mythos says Lychee has a magic button that supports automatically. Comes out great. This one does. Any cubic automatically will put the supports in where it thinks it needs it. And Mythos says hit the button until the program finds an orientation with the best details facing up, which is what we're going to have to do. Like put them up at an angle and try on some of those. But she was like, well, I can try and print you some more Space Marines. I don't need more Space Marines. I'm good. I'm good for now. I got plenty of them. But I don't have no tanks. I just want to get a tank because I like tanks in general, and I just wanted to add that to my force. But I really wanted to get the 6mm and 15mm stuff I have because I'm doing my own storyline, Brian, like I said. And I got my Texas Rangers in.
Very cool.
They're 15mm. If you look at them close, they got their cowboy outfits and coat. There's actually a lot of detail on them.
That's cool.
So, well, yeah, because
what brand?
Cowboys.
What company?
What was that? The miniature.
Old
miniature.
Old West Miniatures or something like that.
No, I can't remember. It's in our unboxing. I honestly can't remember.
Old Glory.
Miniatures. Old Glory, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sounds about right.
Something like that.
But it's
an old company. Old company.
It's they're all metal. I took them out and I cleaned them up and then I primered them because anytime I got this kind of stuff, I primered it.
Computer sucks to paint on.
I don't. Not when I primer it, Ash. I don't have a problem if I primer it. But my thing is, I'm like, okay, so I got the apes and the horseback, and I got these. I just want to get a little kind of a western, couple little buildings, and then they dug up this artifact.
In fact, just yesterday, I saw. I don't know if it was 15 or 6, but I saw a whole western town for free on Colts.
Yeah, there was one kind of. It kind of There was one guy that had a bunch of them on the table. And I was like, and then another guy had them just the fronts, like if you were doing a stage in a studio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not going to really look good on the gaming table. I mean, they're just fronts. But my goal was, anyways, I thought, okay, we could pay more bills or do whatever, or I could take this little bit of money I got as my year-end bonus and just get this. And that way it didn't interfere with
brother. You're going to save so much money, man. I mean, you might not save time because you'll be painting all that shit. Ashley's gonna be busy, painting,
Yeah.
painting all the shit
Yeah.
that you guys print up. But I mean, seriously, I've gone through. This is just my second bottle, or this will be my third bottle. The first one was that water soluble. Then I had anyway. I mean, I've probably printed up at least 100 minis, at least.
Yeah,
And then
and
like,
if you go buy a starter box anywhere, they run more twice that and up to
yeah.
$200 or $300. So
So and if you're just going like, if you want to go to like if you've always wanted a Warlord Titan, GW is going to charge you what, $3,000, or you can just go to Colts and get it for free.
yeah, I don't know how much those are. I know the big tall ones are expensive, but a lot of those models run $100, $200 a whack for one unit. And it's probably $3 worth of plastic.
Yeah,
on their
well,
end.
Now you're going to have that same savings like as a producer, because all you're doing is spending some energy, some time, and some resin. Making these giant. Because I mean, I watched some guy put one of those together. One of those, I think it might have been a Reaver, the big GW Reaver, and it was shit. It was a piece of shit. This guy's like an engineer, and he was like, it took him like 50 some hours to put the damn thing together, like right, sturdy. It's not gonna fall apart. And I'm just like, and GW's selling to people for thousands of dollars this shitty. I mean, it looks cool. The pieces look cool. They don't fit together. They're all warped. They don't work right. It's a shitty model.
Ooh.
But but now you can, like, if you have problems, you can, like, those that piece you accidentally break, well, you can just reprint it.
Yeah, I just, like I said, once we get the scaling thing down, then I can get some more. We have a lot of terrain we can use for Warhammer, and enough terrain, like somewhat enough for the tanks, but there's more terrain I want to print. And like specifically for this little off the wall game I want to do is just something I'm making up and going along with. So I just wanted to.
So I put that link to that scale converter on private chat.
Gotcha.
So check that out. And what it'll do is, like, if you're looking at the file and it says 75 millimeter or 148 scale, you can see how much you need to increase it or decrease the percentage in your sizing.
Okay. Put that. Dump it in a pot, warm it up. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Brian. She's gonna go grab some.
All right, man. Well, if you guys have any questions, let me know.
Oh wow, here's a scale. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Holy crap. I don't know where you found that out, but thanks. That'll work.
Yeah, I was in the same boat as, like, man, I'm finding all these STLs, and instead of me eyeballing it, I can just, like, do that. I need a conversion. So I think Nerd sent me that to reference. So good stuff. Good stuff.
Mythos says he goes over and over until he gets the details he wants, facing up and away from the supports. Yeah. That's what she's going to have to try to do with this shoot. She doesn't know much about Star Wars. She just likes the walkers, And she's I'm like, okay, but
with the supports, I mean, you can add your own supports or delete the supports that are already added automatically. There's a button that says like delete support or something like that. You just click on it and it disappears. At least in my file.
Yep. Hold on a second there, Brian. Nathan, thank you for joining us. Well, there is what was I gonna say? Crap. On the supports on this thing, you just it asks you if you want to put the supports in, then you can put light, medium, or heavy, and it shows you each one.
Do light.
So you don't, So I told her just do light because it's going to give you the bare minimum at least that it needs. And then you're not guessing. So the nice thing is you don't have to guess where to put the supports. It's going to do it.
Yeah.
It's just the scale thing on, I want to get something that's about right. And it works with what I'm trying to do. There's tons of 28 millimeter stuff out there, but there's almost very little 15 millimeter anything. Although one of the guys on eBay before
I've seen a lot out there. on Colts. Check out and think about this, Greg. It's easier to go from big scale to lower than it is from lower scale to big. So if you find like an old west, figure that's in 50 millimeter or whatever, and you want it at 15, you can just that's the one you want to downsize.
Yeah.
You don't want to get a 15 millimeter, bring it up to a 75. You're just not gonna have the detail because it was sculpted at a lesser detail.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can mess around and think outside the box like that. Just because you see a file on there that says it's like 135 scale or some shit, you're like, well, I'll just downsize it to my whatever scale. I use 148, but a lot of people use the 156 for their 28 mil.
See, and that's what I got to figure out. So say there's a 54 millimeter, Old West guy, and I want to get it now to make it, this big. That's what I need to convert to. Now this fits in a 15 millimeter world, but he is not 15 millimeters. You know what I mean? He's scaled to that environment. So that's what I'm trying to figure out is what is this guy? He looks more like, I don't know. Is it 8 millimeters, 7, 6? I don't know. It's a little bigger than a 6 millimeter tank, but that's my problem is what do I scale it to fit in a 15 millimeter world?
The best thing to do then, if you're worried about that, is to just have a comparison piece on the build plate that you can shrink it down to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
maybe
eyeball
put a couple different sizes, and when
you
print them out, say, okay, this is the one I need, and keep that.
And then just keep that as your base, your base support mini that you'll compare everything to it.
Yeah, and that's what we got to try to. I appreciate the help. That's what we're just trying to figure out with this, because on the filament printer, like when we bought the STLs from Modiphius, which saved us a ton of money, but their files were spot on. Those prints came out really good. Whoever put the file together. What did you just drop? You just dropped something. Hold on. What'd you do?
Where did you come from?
Oh no! How'd you drop that?
It didn't break.
Let me have it.
Good
thing.
Where did he come from?
Jeez.
Oh, up here.
This is one of my original houses I made out of resin at home that I made about 15 millimeter. And it's a broken World War II house. So what I did is I used Sculpey clay. I made this all myself, baked it, and then resin cast it.
That's cool.
So I'm really proud of it. And she threw it on the floor.
I didn't throw it on the floor. It fell off.
From which you came, Batui.
It's like, damn.
All right, guys.
All right.
I'll get off here, and if you need any questions, just ask me, man.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. We appreciate it.
Hey, congrats.
Welcome to the world.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of 3D printing, man.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun.
Have fun.
We'll catch you later. Well, that was cool. That was very nice for him to help us out. So, yeah, I guess we're just going to ding around with what we could do. Freak says she woke up this morning and chose violence.
When did Freak show up?
He's probably been lurking in the back.
Of course.
Yeah, that's it, sir. I think so. And that was one of my, even a little pieces of wood in there, are hand cut little pieces of wood I made for like broken beams and and I did all sorts of stuff to that.
Thanks, Freak.
Yeah. Choosing violence is not good.
Always.
No, it's not good at all. Here, put your light back. It's probably because of the way you had it stacked up there. Oh, so we're going to ding around with this printer and see what we can do in these documents here, Ash. There's your scales. So we'll see what we can do with that.
Does it give you millimeter?
I don't know. We'll look at it in a little bit. I mean, this is... Yeah, we finally got one there, Freak. So it's a resin printer. We've had the filament printer. That's at Keegan's house, but we've never owned a resin printer. So finally got one. I just need to be able to. Ash has already used the bottle there, Freak, of resin, which I didn't know she's already done. Interestingly, not one thing printed that I need.
Because nothing's actually to your standards. I have a list of things.
Not to my standards. It's not that. Space Marines don't have little bling things.
Okay, I didn't have any of them that had little blings.
Anyways, yeah. Mythos
Oh,
taught you to
nice.
play Zombicide. Good. I bet you like Zombicide. Yeah, it's a fun game. Yeah, we're gonna try to have fun with the resin printing. We just gotta figure out how to set it. And I guess my problem is
well, now that I know I can hollow them out, I don't have to have them. It shouldn't take as much resin. It should cut the resin down immensely.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be good, and you should keep track. Say hello to these people. But yeah. Mythos gets his coffee Monday, I think.
Yeah, I believe it's still set for Monday.
Hey, Mythos, I think your coffee.
I sent him a thing of it.
Comes tomorrow.
Let me double check.
So let us know how that one is.
Yeah, still says tomorrow.
It's pretty damn good stuff, man. That
well,
he's
got the whiskey one coming.
He's got the whiskey aged one coming.
Yep.
There you go. Now, Freak, you can have a cup of coffee with Mythos.
If Mythos wants a share.
If he wants to share. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. Ashley did let you know. Very cool. But it's going to be interesting because I do a lot of 15 millimeter
Mythos
stuff.
Be waiting right there. Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee?
We're still going to support that other guy too once in a while and get coffee from him.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, we just try to support what we can do because we're going to buy it anyways. You always share a cup of coffee with his big brother. That's cool. There you go.
See, I had a share.
What?
Nothing.
Oh. So, no, you didn't. That's why you threw my house on the ground.
Yes, because I had to share with you.
Okay. She woke up and chose violence. That's just funny. Coffee in general is the Lord's drink. It is a good supplement for my day. A lot of people have other things they like to take to keep going through the day. I like coffee. When the doctor says you need to drink more water, I said, Doc, what's coffee made with? Water. So, Doc didn't argue with me after that either. Really not much to say. But there is tea there too, so hey, why not? I'll drink.
And they're trying to find a distribution center that does hot chocolates as well.
Yeah, Ashley requested them. Hey, don't you have hot chocolate? They're like, nobody ever asked for that, so they're gonna look and see if they get like gourmet hot chocolate type of stuff. So if they get that, we'll add that too.
Oh yeah, we got cups on there. We got a couple different merchandise things. I believe actually all our stuff is cotton.
I think we try to find stuff that's not like gonna irritate people's skin. Like polyester seems to be the junk that everything's made out of, but then a lot of people have reactions to that. But anywho, we will see what happens with this resin printing. And Mythos, if did he sent you something? He said.
Yeah, I already got it.
Okay.
It was how.
Is there like a file in there for like?
No, he hasn't sent any of that.
Oh, I need to do a tank and check that out and see how it works. I don't have any tanks for my army. But like I told you, Mythos, I want to get a tank, one of those Invictor walking suits, and then a Redemptor. I know there are 3 different things, but it would just give a little variety to what I got. Then I can swap them in and out and see how that goes. What are you doing?
Oh, checking. So our shirt's complete cotton. One of the hoodies is.
Who entered? You can say hi.
Hello, Connie. 80%. The other one's a 50-50 blend.
Oh. Still going to work. Anyways, back to the resin printing.
Send you some tank files for sure.
That would be
I don't
most
want him
helpful.
to have any damn tanks.
Wow, I'll just use a flamethrower on your bugs.
Yeah, I already have enough problems. I can't even get some of my bugs up to you because they don't have any weapons.
I'll have to do a kit bash and put two little miniature cans of Raid up there and say that's what this is what's in the flamethrowers. Forget that. We're spraying them with bug spray. See how that goes. See if that'll work. Probably wouldn't pass in tournament play, would it?
No.
But yeah. I don't know, man. As long as it looks authentic and it's I can use it, then I'm good with it. But mostly terrain is what I want to do. You have a Dorn tank print file? Really, freak?
The hell's
Damn.
a Dorn tank?
No, don't tell her what that is. She'll look it up at some point. Nope. Just let it be. It's a tank that Greg could use.
No.
It's not in there.
It better be, because you can't use it if it's not in here.
Not true.
Where you're going to be
Now
finding your stats.
she's looking through the cards. But just for one, just something would be
I don't even want you to have a freaking jug either.
I like that quad. Actually, that quad works pretty well against infantry or bugs. I mean, it doesn't do much against a dreadnought. The guard I've been interested in for a while there, Mythos. Like if I was going to do a secondary army, probably that.
That one has a freaking scoop.
Oh, you finished one up for your Ultramarines today. Here. How about a Razorback or, well, that's a Rhino. Land Raider. That's the iconic Land Raider. Huh? Is that Redeemer?
Yeah, Redeemer.
Or a Repulsor, something. The Repulsor Executioner. Impulsor, that's a different one.
Hammer Bunker.
The Hammerfall Bunker.
The Hunter.
Nice.
Stalker.
Stalker looks good.
Whirlwind. Oh, come on! That actually looks like a tank.
How about the Predator Destructor? That looks like a pretty sweet
this
tank.
One.
What? The Annihilator? Yeah, that looks more like a tank.
Gladiator Lancer. Gladiator Repeater. Gladiator.
There's a few.
Yeah.
She's going through all the cards.
I don't know which one he freaking has.
I don't know. I just got to get something.
I don't think there's
just one. That's all. But I guess too, Mythos and Freak, that Legion and Imperialis is people are chit-chatting about all over, and that's all 6mm, so that would be interesting. As I watched Modeling for Advantages video.
Yeah, I better not ever see one of these guys.
What?
That's a big-ass gun.
That's a suppressor squad, yeah.
It's a freaking cannon.
Yeah, it's the damage isn't all as bad as you'd think it'd be, though.
Seriously? Oh, I didn't even look at the damage.
The autocannon's heavy. I don't know. Negative AP of 1 does 2 damage. You can roll 3 dice. So if you get lucky, you can...
Mythos, has the new cards come out for the Space Marine yet? Because I don't think these are even the right cards anymore.
Better be. We just bought them a couple months ago.
Yeah, but I thought I heard that they were going to come back.
More.
Thanks, iDoc, for the share.
Yeah, thank you, man. iDoc shows up all the time on our podcast. We appreciate that. So we're just talking about 3D printing, and we picked up one of those Black Friday kind of sales, and feel like we got a pretty good deal with the Anycubic printer. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You got one finished up. Nice, Mythos.
So I know he was, when he did his show last week, he was talking about trying to finish 3 of them or something like that. I wasn't able to keep the whole thing.
Oh, that's right. The new codex did come out for the Marines last month.
Okay, so we'll have to get
So
them.
I'll have to go. Oh my God, that's one thing I hate about Games Workshop: nonstop changing codexes. But I now have to get the new codex and the cards.
Absolutely.
Who?
IDOC.
Cool. So, yep, that's what I have to do. A Vindicator tank?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, nice.
And I said we had our date, so that's why we didn't get to see it the rest of the way through. He just started painting.
Oh, okay. That was our night we went to the movies. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see what we could do, and hopefully this terrain stuff we can print out pretty good with. The date was great, Mythos. It was excellent. Next time I'll probably take Ashley and see if she likes to go on a date with me too. No, just joking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, he's not.
It was interesting. You want to hear the truth? We went to the movie theater to see that movie, The Shift, which is actually pretty interesting.
It's actually a good movie.
And of course, the chairs recline now. You know, they're motorized and all that crap.
I fell asleep for about half hour.
Sitting there on date night, and I hear this, and I look over, and I'm like, "Cool." Take my wife on a date. She fell asleep.
Hey, I also worked. I was up at 4 a.m.
As soon as the chair reclined, you don't even know what 30 minutes of the movie went. I'm like,
no, the first 30 minutes I was out. I'll admit that I fell asleep.
We were okay till the people down from us. The guy was giggling. He's like, "Look, she fell asleep on him." I'm like, "That's enough." Ashley, you wait. All right, huh? I said, "Did you go to sleep?" No. Like, yes, you did.
I don't even remember falling asleep.
I'm sorry. She said, "I'm sorry." I'm like, well, that's okay. The people.
Thanks for the hard time talk.
So, you know, but you got to have some fun in life, and that's okay.
Well, if you can't fall asleep on your own husband, there's a problem.
Well, yeah. So it works. It was fun. I will tell you that it's been a while. I mean, since I've been to the movies in general, I generally don't go. So it's quite expensive to get a thing of popcorn.
Ugh.
That's true love. Yep. She fell asleep and denied it in order to not hurt my feelings, except she was sleeping right there next to me. So it's okay. I don't know how you get around it, but it was.
I tried.
I let it go until the people started kind of going, "Look at that poor guy over there," kind of thing, and then I was like, I'm just gonna wake her up because now it's embarrassing. I did give me more popcorn to eat, so I just ate more popcorn. But yeah, there's one fun thing we got to do, and I just haven't done that in forever. And this printer, I'm just, like I said, man, I've got a lot of high hopes for it, and see what kind of fun we can have. It didn't cost me anything out of my paycheck since it was a bonus check, so I scored that way. Otherwise, there's no way to get it out of just living week to week. But a little extra money is like, woof, I'm sick and tired of paying bills. Let's get a printer. But then my wife already uses a bottle of resin. Princess, how many of those you got? 9?
9, because the first one I ended up breaking all the hell up trying to get the supports off because I went and didn't read it all away. It says not to go and cure it before you take the supports off. So I busted it all up, and that was sitting on my desk, so I counted 10 on that. And when I ended up throwing that piece away, it's like, oh man, I got 9 of them.
I like Charles. I've been to the movie since the Chinese flu hit the world. Yeah. That was so much fun. I should have took a camera with me into like a big brand name store that's all blue. There was so much funny stuff going on. I seen people.
There were people walking around.
I mean, you know, it's like here you got all these people are wearing masks, and this one person and his girlfriend literally in the parking lot. When I got in the car, I watched them tear openings in a Walmart bag and put a plastic bag over their head and tie it off. And I just thinking, man, didn't your mom and dad ever tell you not to put your head in a plastic bag? Literally, this was what they did, and you're like, that was insane. Or people in those big old suits all the way down, like
Oh, who was it? I don't know who it was, but there was a guy who was walking around with a stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah,
that's serious.
He was funny. He went in, but
and they can't say anything. He's wearing a mask.
Yeah, so when that flu hit, I really didn't need to go to the movies. I saw lots of funny stuff because we
had our own TV show.
I was quoted an essential worker anyway, so it didn't matter for me. But yeah, Charles, it's quite expensive now. Like a bucket of popcorn's $10, a soda's $10.
It cost us $20 for a soda and popcorn.
Yeah, and I was like, well, okay.
But the cup had duckies on it, so we gave it to our granddaughter.
It had duckies, yeah.
For what is that movie? Fly Away or something like that?
Migration.
Or Migration.
I think it's
or something like that.
I don't know. It's some kind of goofy movie coming out called Migration. I think
it's mallard ducks ending up in like New York or something like that.
Yeah, they just need to get the hell out of there and fly somewhere else. Go to a nice place like Texas or Iowa or So the only thing you're missing, Charles, is the seats are really nice these days. But yeah. You have 0. I don't know. What do you have 0 of? But hey, get out, try to have some fun and see what it's like. It's not the same, no, like a lot of things are not.
No, it was me and you and then 2 other couples.
We went at 9:30.
No, eye doctor. Ours is just a resin printer. It's not an actual cutter.
Oh, no, yeah.
He says the printer cut wood.
So, like, I want to get iDoc one of those. Oh, good Lord. I was talking about.
He has a problem with those popcorn gag me.
Yeah. Charles says the popcorn gags him. What was the one? Glowforge.
His wife wants an Aurora that cuts all stuff.
Aurora's good, but a Glowforge iDoc is what you really want but that starts at $2,500, but it literally does everything. It will
etch and everything.
It'll etch and cut and do all sorts of stuff. That's something I'd buy if I had the money.
Yeah, there's all sorts of place to put it.
So look up Glowforge, go to their site and watch their video, and then. Although if you do that, I warn you, iDoc, your wife's going to want that $2,500 because that's what they start at.
Minimum.
They're worth it though. You can make some money. You make money off that stuff.
Oh yeah,
big time.
And some of the stuff.
And Charles, yeah,
he said yes. Glowforge Aurora is only $99.99 or $999. The others are $4,000.
Yeah, Glowforge goes $2,500 to $5,000 with the built-in filter.
Yeah, I mean you pay for what you get.
Well, the other one might be good for $1,000. Just depends.
No, I'm saying depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's just cutting like MDF, right? MDF.
Yep.
Then it probably would be just fine.
That's what Charles would go nuts with something like that.
Charles would be broke. We all would be.
We all would be broke. If people could afford it all the time, everybody would have it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charles, as far as the popcorn goes, all the shells and some of them are like, yeah.
Hell, I can't even eat some of the stuff.
So it was just it's not a complaint really, just things are expensive, man. I mean, like I thought, okay, I haven't been to the movies in a long time, but I wasn't expecting $20 for a soda and a box of popcorn thing or tub. I guess the upside is you could refill the soda. Woo.
It wasn't worth no $10 though.
It was just fountain soda, yeah.
See, that's when you have a kid and that has like a diaper bag, a younger 2, 3-year-old, maybe up to 5. You can sneak candy in there.
Can't sneak nothing in now. There's a cop standing there.
That's true.
To get your tickets. They're not gonna let you sneak nothing in. Which I don't know why I'm paying my tax dollars for a policeman to be in the movie theaters. But apparently that's where my tax money goes. Tomorrow you get to pick. Yeah, meds are expensive. Recyclers for pocket money. Hey, recycle what you can because it is pocket change, man. And food for the week, that's another interesting thing. It's just getting a little more and more expensive, ain't it? Yes. Costco and Sam's Club. Charles says Costco has a soda and a hot dog is $1.63. Yes. Sam's Club out here, it's the same thing. I think it's $1.79. And it's an all beef Nathan's hot dog. You can get a soda and a. So we used to take the kids to Sam's Club a lot for dinner because you could walk in there and you could feed them all for less than you're going to go to the store. So yeah, a lot of times we eat cheap, man. Most of the time, like Hy-Vee in our area is a store, and they had these mesquite seasoned chicken breasts, two
to
I'm
three
sorry,
pieces.
three. There was three of them. It's $5. So got a cast iron grill pan, so you just grilled them up and had a potato. That was it. I mean, so you had some mesquite chicken with a baked potato, pretty cheap.
Or
dinner.
sometimes we just got cottage cheese with it.
Yeah. Depends on what you do. Well, we've learned to do that. And then of course, being a plastic addict, I'm telling you, you have to learn to
adapt and eat poor.
You know, because yeah, it's gonna cost.
We had a lot of rice when Dominus came out.
We did. I think people think we were joking.
No, we're dead serious.
Really, there's a lot of rice, beans, and cereal, cheap stuff. But then again, you know, it's not like you can go get a chicken for $4 at the store and bake it. Now they're $14 or $16. That's a significant.
Well, turkeys jumped almost $40.
Yeah. Yeah. Like people ask me, Greg, why do you go hunting once in a while? Well, let's see. If you want duck and you go in the store, that's almost $20. If you want a goose, well, then there you're out $70, $80.
That's more than rounds.
Go get a deer and you got 100 pounds of meat, and you know it'll end up being about $1.50 a pound when you're done. So and there's no crap in it. They're not being fed all those steroids and stuff. So we try to save money as much as possible wherever we can. And that's why we took advantage of this printer. Like I said, I got a little bonus check. It basically just covered it. I didn't have to come out of my paycheck for it. And I'm like, cool, that works. Now we just got to figure it out. And get Ashley to not use the resin all up, printing all her stuff. Now print me something, dear babe.
I did, but it only came out wrong.
Oh, nice.
And you got a squirrel.
So what am I going to do? Unleash the 32mm squirrel against your Tyranids? I guess he could throw corn and stuff at him.
He's not 32. He's about 28.
His tail's bigger than your. Well, I guess he could have a deadly tail whip effect. Turn around. Mito says he wants some Costco hot dogs and a chicken bake. Yep. Hey man, I like their berry Sunday in the cup. That's pretty good. Charles says he decided that Saturday and Sunday are his days. He's going to do what he wants to do.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, I'm glad you're spending one of the days with us.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do anyways. And we're, like we've said before, we're just reorganizing things. And this coming year, we've got a better idea of what we're going to do because too much stuff comes up.
Bite them. He's a rabbit.
Is he a rabbit squirrel? I could make him like that. Hand him to me like he came through the warp unexpectedly.
Wow, yeah, go for it. Put it up to one of your horses. Jumboed.
See that tail? Yeah, we could try to do that. I mean, this thing came out good.
I could probably try to shrink them.
Get him down to 6mm and make an army.
I could.
Release. They all come out.
Do I need 6 or 15?
No. You got to figure out what scale these guys are. I mean, they're 15mm, but exactly how tall are they?
I'll have to see. I'll have to try to do what Brian said, is try to find one that says it's 15mm guy.
Look at this. It's like a giant.
and just kind of work around it. Because I think I found Flames of War soldiers.
Infantry.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
So let's see. How did I find
we could, he's a squirrel, but in the case of a Tyranid attack, he could identify as a skunk and use skunk weaponry.
I don't think it'll phase them though.
We could try it. We could try that. See what he'll do. Spray him, Charles says. Yep. Could get him out there and hose down Ashley's Tyranids.
Sandbags.
I could see that.
Army men. Flames of War, 15mm infantry.
So why don't you select one of those files and see what they have them scaled as? Then when you print it,
Model size 9.14.
X, Y, 8 points. There you go. Write it down. There you go. Might have just answered our question.
I think so. We might have.
Watch out for your.
I know. I have too much shit on my desk.
Well, you're not. Yeah, that's what happens. Well, acid spray. We can figure something out. I'm also kind of tossing around in my head. Well, I talk to the voices. It helps. So I give them like testing things for some rules. I got to figure out some little rules for this. I kind of have an idea. I don't have a ton of them though, so it'll be kind of a short little skirmish. But I would like to be able to expand upon that.
I think that's what my problem is. I've been putting X as 15, not Z.
So, but you write down that.
Exactly. I know, I did. So I'm wondering if maybe that's what I'm doing wrong.
So why don't you download that model and see how it prints out? Like print one. It's free. Well, it's not free resin, but if it comes out the correct size, then you'll know. Maybe we got the answer to what we were looking for, you guys. We'll see. Ashley just found that out. And
it's just me in there right now.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
You got this person entered and then
eye doctor's back.
All right. Well, welcome back, eye doc. Did you lag out? Sometimes that stuff happens.
This.
Listen to your inner self, all of them. Yeah, I do.
Don't
only
give
worry,
any more
Charles,
ideas
when I hear glass breaking because I'm like, damn, one of them broke a window, and then I realized that's probably not good.
They're trying to break free.
Now that's an idea. If they get out, we're in trouble. Cause
all right, where did I put that by?
I don't know. Just that looks about right.
Let me see one of your guys. It doesn't matter any of those.
Just don't drop it.
Okay.
Well, all you can do is test, and see. So yeah, Charles, I'm just gonna try to work out a little rules, something that's a little simple for easy to do.
Out of there.
I think I got some decent ideas.
Go.
You got them too close.
No, because I had them highlighted.
Oh, you can change the dimensions on the squirrel, can't you?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to try to do. That's rotate. Scale.
Yeah, be careful what you do.
Leave that off. So.
You just throw it down.
I know.
Well, your house is quiet there, Charles. You think the granddaughters are upstairs?
That's not a good thing.
When kids are really quiet, that's when you want to go check on them. Because if they're normally making noise and all of a sudden they're quiet, then you're going to want to go take a sneak peek and see what they're doing.
I made him skinny. 15.
Yeah, that's going to be about right. I'm sure it will.
That's
him out too. What? On what?
He's squishy.
That's correct, though.
But his
Right.
body's like squished.
So let's take a look at it. Turn it. Not really. It looks proportionately okay.
It's too wide.
No, it's not. It's the same height as that little figure.
It's too wide.
It's okay. He ate a lot of corns and nuts.
It looks like he got squished.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Okay. But yeah, if they're quiet, go check on them. That's all you can do. And Ashley's sitting here trying to resize the squirrel to the 15 millimeter.
He looks
Yeah.
mad.
Well, you just stomped on him and made him smaller.
Let me see that.
What? His body was big anyways in proportion. This is like a healthy
No.
squirrel.
I don't know. That just doesn't.
Well, it's the same height though.
The same height, yeah,
You
but
could
I
try
think
widening him out.
I need to change this. Nope.
I would
That's
change
a little
it too
better.
much.
I think this needs to be smaller.
Oh, you have adults
There
up
we
there?
go.
And the adults are quiet. The adults probably asleep then, and the
Good.
kids are doing what they want.
That looks better.
Okay.
He was too like wide.
But that's because this print is wide. He's a wide squirrel. That looks pretty tall.
That's only
Tail.
15.
I know.
It's the tail. It's 15.
It's okay, Ashley. Not gonna get it perfect. Just try. Lots and lots of trying to figure things out, you guys. I wouldn't put them so close.
No,
together.
I'm just saying.
Oh. Yeah, that's about the right height. Look at that. There you go.
So I'm gonna take
You
him
use that as the base formula.
and remove him. Then
Why?
I don't-
Print the guy.
it looked like
It did not.
that guy. Yeah, I did.
It's.
I'll bring it back
shouldn't.
on.
How does it look like crap? It's just got the one support.
I haven't put any supports in.
Well, that's there in the file right there.
Yeah, that's that support.
Oh well, we'll get it figured out.
All right, how many of them do you want?
I don't know. We can do this later. We really can. You can't ask me questions while we're trying to do the show. It gets to be too much.
Okay, I'll stop asking.
Well, no, just let it be for right now. I mean, just let it be for a minute, and that way you got at least the size correct. And it's closer to what it looks like it might be. So we'll find some other things and figure it out from there. What? Anyhow, you guys, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. Those of you on Podbean, iDoc, and the others that stopped by, thank you, Aiden, and everybody here on our video show. We appreciate that. So, yeah, we're gonna print one and check it out. Charles says we will. Vito says fun show, happy printing. We're gonna do the happy printing thing. So,
Well,
and,
at least I am.
yeah. So we appreciate it, you guys. We'll be back next Sunday, same time, same station, so to speak. But give us a thumbs up if you like, or that we would appreciate it, or follow. And we'll get back with you guys. Have a good rest of your weekend, and you're going to be seeing more updates
All right.
on.
Make sure you do the ending.
Oh yeah, hold on a second here. Oh, they moved it over there.
Yep.
All right. We're going to let you guys go then.
See ya.